Is the recap. This is the recap from Bring Who You Are. We had a phenomenal guest on the show today, Dr. Lamar Price. And I got to tell you, Pam, you did a phenomenal job with hosting the show today. Just want to let you know you did a phenomenal job. So let's get right into it, because so many people wanted to know the process of getting connected with Dr. Price. So Pam, can you kind of go through what the assessment will cost?
Okay, so the assessment is $150, and we're going to make this real brief for all of y'all so you can really understand his process. So if you want to have a conversation with him just to get to meet him, you can definitely give him a call at any time. However, the quickest way to get an assessment done is to go ahead and text him your name, email, and your first name and last name in your email, okay? And then once you do that, then he will text you instructions. He will send you instructions, and then once he sends you those instructions, the instructions will read this way. Take a picture, put your flash on with your phone, not a selfie, have someone take the picture for you. Take a picture of your right eye very close and your left eye very close. And I normally, what I do is I crop mine, okay? So I crop the pictures, I send him the pictures. He will let you know if it's good enough sample, okay? If it's not, he will text you back and let you know what you need to do to correct it. Once you do that, you pay your $150 for the assessment. And then once you pay that $150 for the assessment and you send your pictures, he will do the assessment. He normally does it within 24 hours. Okay, so he does the assessment within 24 hours. You tell him nothing about your condition, your issues, or anything like that. Even your questions, I would reserve until your consultation. Okay, so once you receive that email, you review that email in its entirety. And what I suggest and how I maximize my time with him is I break it down and I get my questions ready, right? I ask my questions. I even do my research. And then I write those questions down. And then once I'm ready and I have my questions written down, then I call Dr. Price. If he's not available, he will text me back and let me know when he's available. Once we have that conversation, it's not like you're on a time crunch or anything like that. He will take time for you once you catch him. Now, I will say you must be patient because he takes care of thousands of patients and he's just one person and he travels the country by car and he takes care of so many people. So just be patient with him, call him, text him and say, hey, doc, I've been trying to reach you. Okay, so don't give up. Just keep calling him. When he makes time for you, he will make time just like he did for us today. And he will give you everything he's got. Okay, so once you talk to him, you do the consultation with him, he will tell you, he will give you a regimen. Typically, the regimen, this doesn't change. I've referred him to tons of people. And for me and my family, it's the same in terms of the three. What is it called again, Dr. Sams? Is it Remedy 3? Is it?
Yes.
The smoothie, basically the green smoothie is what I call it. Okay?
Indeed.
So it's the green smoothie. Smoothie. It is the lemonade cleanse, and then he'll give you a regimen of herbs. So again, that's in his consultation, and that's the process. And then you have him for 2 months following that. You don't pay anything else. So you have $150 is for the initial assessment. Then you have for 2 months. And what he likes to do is you'll repeat the process in 30 days. You take another picture of the right eye, another picture of the left eye, send it to him with your email again and your first and last name. And then you repeat that process. He will email you the assessment. And what I do is I do a comparison. I compare the first assessment to the next assessment. And then the third month, you do it another 30 days later. You repeat the same process. And that way you can assess all three. And you can analyze all three. So that's the process.
Wow.
Wow.
You know,
That's
awesome process. Awesome.
Yeah,
It is. And it's not hard. It's not hard at all. Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I was very skeptical at first, you know, in the sense of I've had a lot of ailments from the day I was born. My left lung collapsed and I went through a lot. So I've been growing up sick and with asthma, then it was sleep apnea. Anyway, I tried the holistic approaches before and they didn't seem to work, but they've never been like this through the eye. And so when we first started the show, I was like, yeah, I hear you, heard, this is hard, but then what impressed me with Dr. Price is his knowledge, not just his knowledge of medicine, but his knowledge. I mean, my great grandfather studied, he was an Anglican reverend and he studied Hebrew. And he couldn't go any further in the church because he was like, what we're teaching is wrong. Because what I know of Hebrew, and then he started reading the Hebrew Bible, he said some of the translations were, and so when he started, and he said, I've learned Hebrew, I've learned the languages of medicine. So he didn't just stop at learning medicine or the English translations. He went further, learned the languages of medicine. And I was like, hold on here. This man is not just talking. He's not.
Right.
This is, I have to, and I will be calling him.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
I have actually started the process. I've actually texted my first name, my last name, and my email address.
Awesome already. Excellent. And
Awesome,
Dr. Harper,
awesome.
what I will say is you said something that was critical. You said you tried a holistic approach.
Yeah.
And so I was the natural remedies and things like that. You said they didn't work. Nutrition.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the cleansing and all of that, but the iridology, of course, you talk about the eye, but what's deeper than that is the source of the issues. Exactly. So though we may try, a holistic approach and the natural approach, are we actually getting to the source and the core of that issue? And that's what Dr. Price does.
And a step further is the nutrition and the food, because since I've come to Canada, I have become unhealthy. Like I have all these ailments. The doctors are like, well, it's from Jamaica, and you never dealt with it. I'm like, but how is it just coming up now?
Right.
Well, one of the things that I want to say is this: what he said today, in the main pillar of all that we are holistically is the spiritual piece, being transformed by the renewing of the mind. And he kept emphasizing that. That's why I say downloads from under the dome, because he's directly connected. He's directly in tune. He allows all that pours through him from spirit. And I have never known any other doctor or holistic person to even say that. So what he says rings true because it comes from spirit. And that's what I feel like we have to remember, that we have to surround ourselves. We have to have support that comes from spirit so that we can nurture our soul, our minds, our bodies holistically with someone such as this. So downloads from under the dome today not only educated me, but I felt the energy of what he says. And I know those of who tuned in felt it as well. And we felt it because I have never had a show that was any better than what we did today. So I want to thank you, Pam, for suggesting him. And even though I was overwhelmed at times, that's why I said, take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Right. Because I was absorbing things. And my daughter has a condition that I am going to give this. When I get off this, she's going to be the first one that I give these notes to, because she has a platelet disorder. Okay. And I saw when he was talking about the blood, the things that the doctor have tried, I am going to give her, as well as myself, this information to you. So I just want to thank you, Pam, for bringing this, to bring who you are. And I want to thank Dr. Price for his powerful, powerful knowledge. That's what he says. He keeps seeking. He don't stop.
Yes.
You know, that life, you should keep life going until you take your last breath in your body. And that's what I intend to do.
Amen.
You know, and I'm so excited. I could just, my soul is doing flip flops here because, you know, we talk biblical and we've learned biblical principles down through the years. However, this whole show is about domestication. You know, if I could reflect back to that. And we were
Right.
talking about getting out of the box. And it's uncomfortable for people to come out of something that they've been almost like brainwashed with down through the years. The custom into believing that what we say our doctors, and God bless them, yeah, you know, they're doing what they do, but there's something that supersedes, because he said something that hit me really hard. He said something that the doctors don't, some of them don't know what they're doing and don't know what they're, because you know, they just, something that they're taught. And that's why there's something that it reflected on, is that they're practicing medicine.
Yes.
Okay. If you would look at that, it's a practice. He said
Right.
many of them have to go to books, they have to look things up because
Yeah.
they're practicing on you, you
Right.
know, and that is so important for us to know. And what I got from Dr. Price is that we have to take our life back.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
We have to take control. And Elijah, I heard you, the way we think, because it starts in the mind, man. I'm telling you.
Yep.
And so we
Yep.
have to really get out of the box. And it's uncomfortable because we relied on somebody telling us. But the
Mhm.
thing that I had a problem with is that when they prescribe me medications, I was looking at the 10 things that would cause me very bad effects, you know, the
Yeah.
15 effects, and treating the one with, and the one that really got me, suicidal thoughts.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
Yes.
yes.
suicidal ideations,
Mhm.
or hearing voices, and lack of sleep, and heart palpitation. I have that book. I had to do it
So
when
so you know.
yes, I
Yep.
do. I had to do with mental health, you know,
Mhm.
and it was hard for me, especially
Mhm.
when I have biblical principles. It was
Mhm.
hard for me to stay on the hinges of that DSM book, because
Yeah. This
and
DSM-5.
then when I had to talk about the psychologists and things like that, their whole arena is to keep you mentally stable, to keep you coming back,
That's right.
because
Yeah.
that is a job, you know,
Mhm.
and then they're educated to do that. So when he's talking about, and Elijah, I heard you loud and clear, our mind, body, and soul, we got to take that thing back, you know. We have the control if we don't allow other entities to control us. I mean,
And
it's
that's
it's
actually
really
created the
great.
stigma of mental health,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because our
That's true.
parents kept going back to the doctors, going
Mhm.
back to, and so kids like us, we don't even want to say that we have
Mhm.
mental health problems, because
Mhm.
there's a stigma because of how it was
Mhm.
treated,
Mhm.
when we
Yeah.
just have to focus on
Mhm.
mental wellness, right,
Yeah.
Imagine?
That part.
Yeah.
That part. That's
So very quickly, folks, for those of you that are just joining us, we got about 5 minutes left. So we're going to play a quick clip for those of you that are just joining us, because right now what we're talking about is the domestication of health, part 2. We had a wonderful celebrity physician to the celebrities, Dr. Lamar Price, and he was on. So he spoke about iridology. And so if you missed it, go ahead and hit the replay. And just to tantalize your taste buds, we're going to play this quick break. We're going to come back with some final words, and then we'll be out of here. Be right back.
Go back in life in retrospect. Think about when you were younger. When you were younger, there were some things that meant a lot to you, things that you wanted to do, and you would do whatever you can to get it because it meant that much to you. We had some quick fix remedies, and you never went to the doctors. You are what you eat. If you eat healthy, you have to be healthy. Cause effect, action reaction. Put healthy foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, the earth, water. Put the earth inside your body metabolizes natural positive energy. You will thrive. Iridology is amazing. Iridology, you're being diagnosed through your own eyes. Your brain records everything. You hit your knee, it hurt. Your brain recorded it. When you were born, there was trauma. Your brain recorded it. The eye is a window to everything going on to your body. Where do we go when we're sick? We go back home. 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 A house. There's safety. There's healing. The earth.
Paging Dr. Lamar Price. Paging Dr. Lamar Price.
Awesome, awesome. So as we wrap, we just want to thank each and every one of you for joining us for the show today. And I got to tell you, we have never had any physician on with us like Dr. Lamar Price. And of course, Pam went down the ways that you can contact him. So please don't hesitate, contact him, because as you can see below, we've got his number scrolling. How many people do that? Give you their personal number so you can contact them. So we're going to have some final remarks of the day, and then we're going to get on our way. Let's go right down to Pam. You got it.
Dr. Price inspired us today. He educated us today. He empowered us today. Do yourself a favor and contact Dr. Price. I'm not getting paid to say this. I'm sharing this because it works. I've been with him for a year, and he takes care of my family. And God has truly gifted him with much knowledge and expertise. So give Dr. Price a call today.
Awesome. Fantastic. And Jemija?
Yes, well, I'd like to say you also need to contact him because he gives you downloads from under the dome. And that's for your health holistically. And when you can do that, instead of being stuck, you can stand tall under the clouds of joy and bliss because you're made by the King. And remember to breathe.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. And Dr. CC, what will it be?
I just encourage you to take control of your lives. You have that authorization from heaven. Take control. Come out of the box. Be positive in your pursuit of freedom from all things that are against the grain of what God had planned for you. Dr. Lamar Price is awesome. One thing I honor about him is his total honesty, and he is not leaving us without a witness. And so I appreciate him. But take control and don't walk in fear. Walk towards your freedom. Freedom has no fear.
I love it. And folks, I just really want to, again, thank Dr. Lamar Price. He was a phenomenal guest. He was one of the best guests that we ever had. And we've had some phenomenal guests, and they're just amazingly incredible. But most importantly, we always look here at bring who you are so that you can bring who you are, no matter what it is, no matter what it looks like. Bring who you are. And very quickly, we just came on for a moment of gratitude, but we see Nanette Sanchez. She said, I've had iridology and I loved the reasoning behind it. So don't take it just from us. Take it from someone that isn't even on the show. They've already had the process. They know what it's like. So don't hesitate. Go ahead and grab the opportunity. It's right down there. Grab the opportunity to meet with Dr. Price. You will not be sorry. You will be very happy that you did. And don't forget to join us when our next episode with him will be exactly what Miss Jemija said. So Jemija, you want to tell them what our next episode with Dr. Price is going to be?
In his space with us, downloads from under the dome.
All right.
Dr. Price.
All right. So we look forward for you to join us on our next episode when we have him coming up. But make sure you join us on the 14th of October. And what's the name of that show, Jemija?
The name of our next show is one that all you women need to come and be a part of, because we are going to go over the terrain, the domestication of the roles of women, and how we get into that particular box and stay there for us to find ways not to be ourselves. And therefore we can't bring who we are. That's November the 14th, right here with the Bring Who You Are tribe.
All right. We thank you and see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
What another awesome show at Bring Who You Are. Myself and the Bring Who You Are tribe, we are so happy and thankful that you join us during all of our broadcasts. So what I'd like to do with you today is ask you to do one thing, and it only takes a little finger. Take this finger and click this button right here, and we will tell you about the shows that's coming up for you. We'll see you next time here with the Bring Who You Are tribe. Until we see you again, remember to always bring who you are.